Vehicle anti-roll or sway bars play a key role in passenger comfort and vehicle stability. To improve performance, manufacturers may choose to install an active system to meet consumer demands. Anti-roll or sway bars are fitted as one of the key components in a vehicle suspension system. Their purpose, as the name suggests, to reduce body roll or sway when operating under cornering conditions. Mass transfer during a cornering event causes the vehicle's sprung mass to lean towards the outside of the turn. As this happens, there is less mass on the inside of the vehicle, resulting in unloading of the suspension components, wheels and tyres. When this scenario occurs, it's referred to as body roll. Body roll, to some extent, is required by the vehicle to exert force on the vehicle's outside wheels during a turn. But too much or too little body roll results in unwanted conditions known as understeer or oversteer. During body roll, the vehicle's body is no longer parallel with the road, and so neither is the suspension geometry. Even though each suspension unit allows the road wheel to be somewhat independent from the vehicle's body, cornering forces and the resulting body roll affect the angle of the road wheels. Large amounts of body roll will cause the wheels to tilt away from the corner, which lifts the edge of the tyre and reduces its contact patch. While we can compensate for this by adding negative camber, there is a practical limit to this in a passenger vehicle, which unfortunately is not enough in most cases to compensate for the body roll. The anti-roll bar reduces the amount of body roll and therefore helps to maintain as much of the tyre to road contact area as possible. Because the anti-roll bar connects the left and the right side suspension units together, incorrect setups may result in the inability of the left or the right wheel to independently respond to road surface conditions. A sway or anti-roll bar is usually a torsion spring that resists body roll motions. It is usually constructed of a cylindrical, hollow or solid steel bar formed into a U-shape, which connects to the body at two midpoints and the suspension arms on both sides. When cornering, the bar will twist with the vehicle suspension movement. As the twisting effect increases, so does the compression rate of the torsion spring. The sway bar assists the outside suspension unit's spring by applying torque to the control arm in the opposite direction of travel. This downward pressure increases traction between the road surface and the tyre. However, on the inside suspension, the anti-roll bar is pushing upwards on the control arm, reducing the downforce applied by the main spring to the road wheel. This has the desired effect of pulling the vehicle's body in the opposite direction to mass transfer during cornering conditions. Passenger, performance and off-road vehicles all need anti-roll bars specifically designed for their intended use. Installing an ultra-stiff front sway bar to a standard passenger vehicle will completely eliminate body roll, although this action has the unfortunate side effect of creating understeer. The outside wheel will not have enough downward pressure to maintain adequate grip with the road. Alternatively, too soft a sway bar installed to the front would result in the inside wheel tending to lift during cornering, creating a very unsafe driving situation. Although designs may vary, the easiest way for manufacturers to change the torsional rate of a sway bar is by altering its thickness. Another important consideration manufacturers must make when determining sway bar torsion is the spring rate at each corner of the vehicle. An engineer may want to improve the ride quality by reducing the spring rates. This may mean a stiffer roll bar is installed to meet stability requirements. There is always a compromise when aiming to produce a vehicle that handles well and also to maintain comfort. Wouldn't it be great if there was a vehicle system that allowed for a comfortable ride, exceptional cornering stability, and even prevented excess body roll? Active anti-roll systems are here now, and although currently only seen on high-end vehicles, it won't be long before the majority of passenger vehicles are fitted with these systems. One such type is the oscillating motor anti-roll bar as used by BMW. This system uses a control module operated valve block, a belt-driven hydraulic pump, and the oscillating motor. Feedback to the module is via a switch position sensor, axle pressure sensors, oil level, and a transverse acceleration sensor. The oscillation motor is the heart of the anti-roll system, and it performs several functions. It guides the torque into the two halves of the anti-roll bar, it decouples the two halves of the anti-roll bar, and, in the event of system failure, the front stabiliser bar is capable of sufficient damping via the hydraulic fluid of the oscillating motor. The oscillating motor is a hydraulic component and is constructed as an inner and outer, with the inner part connected to one half of the anti-roll bar and the outer connected to the other. The motor houses 4 chambers with opposites connected. 2 of these chambers are supplied with high pressure fluid, while the opposing 2 have lower pressures. The forces created as a result of the differential pressure in the housing generate torque between the inner and outer components. Since one half of the anti-roll bar is connected to the inner shaft and the other to the housing, the 2 halves turn in opposite directions. This torque at the anti-roll bar connections produces the active movement around the vehicle longitudinal axis. This counteracts the body's rolling action while cornering. The vehicle body is forced upwards on the outside of a bend and dragged down on the inside of a bend. When the engine is started, the hydraulic pump delivers fluid to the valve block. The control module commands the pressure valves to an open state, allowing fluid to enter and exit the oscillating motor and then to return to the reservoir. As there is minimal differential pressure between the chambers of the oscillating motor, the anti-roll bar is applying very low force to each suspension unit. When the vehicle reaches 15 km per hour, full hydraulic pressure is available, with higher levels of force now applied through the anti-roll bar. When the vehicle begins to negotiate a bend, the rolling mass of the body acts on a transverse acceleration sensor. The high-speed signals produced are then sent to the control module. The module will then command a pulse width modulated control to the high pressure valves within the valve block. Directional valves are used by the control module to create a pressure differential in the oscillating motor that corresponds with the characteristic of the bend. Pressure control valves are used to restrict return flow to the reservoir. The stronger the transverse acceleration, the greater the command to the pressure valve. This increased PWM will close the return valve, increasing the pressure differential within the oscillating motor. A higher torque is then achieved in the oscillating motor, and therefore the anti-roll bars. The force at the bar is registered by the pressure sensor and is then sent to the control module for evaluation. Similar systems are employed by SUV and 4x4 manufacturers, used to disengage anti-roll bars for low-speed off-road operation. When the anti-roll bars are decoupled, the wheels on the same axle are free to bounce and rebound independently of each other. This increases off-road mobility, driving comfort and traction. Diagnosis and repair opportunities.